Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Wednesday night, and we have a special guest tonight. But first, before we get to our special guest, I don't know why it's on you guys. Let's put our sponsors out there first. So we have Pure West Compassion Club, owned by Bomber Martinez, or everybody knows him by Bomber. They are located on Adams Street, excuse me, right here in Holland. They're in the old Burger King next to Love's gas station. Everybody knows where that is. Get a hold of them if you need anything.
If you need any compassion.
Yeah, 616-772-9420. That's how you'll get a hold of them.
Yeah.
And then we got Angela Zamudio, who was just here.
Yes.
I said that wrong.
Talking about nachos.
Nachos for somebody else. Any cleaning that you need done, she does factories, offices, houses. You name it, she'll get it done. She'll make your building look like brand new. 616-321-0309.
She has the whitest shoes in Holland, by the way.
Whitest?
Yeah, her shoes shining every time.
I never even looked at
in
it.
small circles.
Yes.
She'll literally sit there
Yeah.
and polish her shoes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She gets down.
Well, then maybe I need to give her my sheet.
You should.
You should.
Give
You
her
got the
those,
secrets.
give her those ugly George you got hanging in your basement.
Those have never
Then you got George.
Those have never been used. So we got Malik and Marcos. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for being with us tonight, everybody.
It's me. It's me.
Well, he brought up nachos, so my mouth is kind of burning because she made it extra.
That's
extra
what you
spicy.
get.
Extra
That's what you
spicy.
get for not sharing.
Yeah.
It was spicy. You don't like.
Yes, I do.
And then you don't like pork, so
I know. I seen the swine as soon as we brought it in.
Is that what it was? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
pork and then you get extra cheese and a lot of salsa on there.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So what you gonna do a
What up,
lot
everybody?
of tonight?
I know a lot of screaming. I need a gallon of ice cream. So, hey, what? I ain't gonna eat. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm telling you like that.
You stupid, man.
I'm telling you, man. Keep your tongue on, man.
And then we got our special guest. We got AJ Westendorp.
Yeah, man. What up, man?
Good to be on the show.
Thanks for being with us tonight. We appreciate you coming on in.
Hello, here's my man's
Yep.
Angel Santana.
Hey,
Angel, man.
What's up?
Angel's debut on the mic out here.
Yeah,
Your people out there, man.
yeah, so what up, man?
I don't know, say hi to hello everyone in Holland.
All right.
Everyone I know.
Shout out to Link in the States.
I guess so.
That's a good hit.
Right, right.
Like that.
Say what's up to him. Hey, bro.
You shut up, bro.
Hey, shout out to my mom.
Okay.
Shout out to my family. Shout out to people that skate.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go.
What, 6 years?
Too long.
Okay.
Man, Angel's a vet,
Is
baby.
it too long?
Too
Man,
long, but you succeeded, correct?
Yep.
man, we wouldn't be the same without you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure
All
you
right.
made an impact there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
And what's up with the banana club? It's like
yes, I was
all these guys got
Well,
Yeah, you know what?
Okay, man, but me and
I don't have exactly.
normal white guys, you know, I always got hair
I
right.
know.
I always got hair right.
Some hair wrap.
Mine is well, it's my alter ego here on the show.
Yeah.
It's Carlito.
That's
So it's
Carlito.
part of the
Okay.
program.
Yep.
You'll see me actor as soon as he says cut. Everything comes off except my shirt.
Malik's usually comes off, but it's because he likes air.
Yeah, we gonna keep it.
Shake
We'll keep it PG.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just kidding.
And
No, but
Angel, I like it, man.
yeah.
It looks like you could
Wait, what
have
is
your
that?
pajama pants on.
Gator mask.
You know what? I thought it was SpongeBob.
Gator mask.
That was a Gator mask.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was
They do
SpongeBob.
make good headband. My son gave me a whole bunch of Gator masks from Muskegon after Muskegon powered him in there. I was always like, Dad, it's not supposed to go there. So, yes, it is.
Wait, you got that on your face?
So
Yeah,
what?
that's for like the Gator mask. For,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
Africa,
okay.
if
That
they were
makes
the
sense.
COVID time.
He's a
Oh.
ninja.
I forgot about it.
Right.
I forgot about COVID.
Yeah.
So, AJ, give us a rundown of how you got involved with escape ministry.
Who you are.
Who you are, I guess.
Who you are and how I got involved in escape.
Yes.
You want the true story or you want the
Oh, man. We want the
you want the fictional
We want
Harry
the
Potter
2-hour
version?
schedule.
No Harry Potter. We do real.
Yeah.
when you beat that kid in baseball.
Right.
And when you slapped him across the
And, I grew up in Holland and been over there by 32nd Street. Spent all my days in the Holland Christian block. Biking up there, running up there, rollerblading up there, playing a lot of sports, have a lot of opportunities, a lot of good coaches, guys I look up to, and I was in youth football when I was a kid. It was a big turn in my life, 4th grade, when I said, "Mom, I want to play football," and then they're like, "Sure, son." And one of those coaches was who was on the opposing team was Willie Watt. And fast forward, I don't know, 10, 12 years, and I was coming back home from Central Michigan, where I was going to school, back and forth, and drove by Skate Ministries, and I think my dad or somebody told me, like, "Oh yeah, they started, like, remember Coach Willie? He started a ministry up there," and I was just curious. And I think part of the reason I was curious is as a white guy who grew up in Holland and is like in this bubble of like the Holland Christian, privilege, opportunity, and just a lot of white people. I was just curious about what's going on the other side of Holland. And so I just popped in and asked Willie, like, "So what's going on here?" And he told me what was going on. They had started an alternative suspension program up in there, and they were just starting their summer jobs program. And so I was there for all of like 6 minutes, and he was like, "So we got a summer jobs program. Do you want a job this summer?" I hadn't seen Willie for about 12 years, but
That's who I remember, Willie
yeah.
Watt.
But I was just drawn to that idea of giving young people opportunities, connecting Holland in a way that I didn't think it was connected when I was coming up. And that summer, I fell in love with 5 kids who we were out at Riley Trails throwing trees around and doing trail maintenance and invasive species removal. And I don't know, it didn't matter what we were doing, but I was just delighted to be able to connect with these kids, to be able to relate to them, to be able to motivate them, to be able to work through some of the issues they were going through.
Yeah.
And that was 2014, so that was 10 years ago.
Wow, that's cool.
So, yeah, the following year, I ended up coordinating the program, and then I was gone for a couple of years in Guatemala, and then came back to Holland in 2018, and it was kind of like, well, if I'm going to be in Holland, I think Escape is kind of that place for me. It's a community of transformation, a community of belonging, community of growth that is just kind of carved out a niche in Holland that I think sheds light on a lot of the goodness of young people that oftentimes get a bad rep. They got a rough home life, they got kicked out of school, they don't really have opportunities, they didn't have their dad with them growing up. Like 21% of our kids have both parents in the home. Everybody else is in some other normal. So it's neat to be in an environment where the normal is the not normal. So everybody just kind of feels at home, hey, everybody's family is a little bit messed up, a little bit different. And everybody, I don't know, there's a deep breath in that of like, I can just be me, right? So that's just a snippet of what I love about Escape, and I love having knuckleheads like this turn into real adults and get to share their stories. And we talk a lot about heroes at Escape, and that's something that I want our kids to finish their time at Escape and just be proud of who they are, be proud of the person that they're becoming, have a story to tell that represents like, hey, I'm not a mess up, I'm not a kid on the margins or an at-risk troubled youth, all that stuff. Like, I'm a hero, dude. Like, I've come through some stuff and I came out the other side. So Angel's one example of that. And there's plenty more stories like that where it came from. And so that's why we had to get this guy on the mic.
My man,
There you go. It's your
my
chance.
man, Angels, man,
It's Angel's chance. Go ahead.
definitely, that's when I met you, AJ. It was 2014, man, over at Clark's Memorial.
Yeah.
That big old orientation, and
Too many kids.
man, oh my goodness, bro. So that first year, my assignment was Walters, or Walters.
Yeah, you got one of the worst ones.
Me and my man Ron.
That's because they said they wanted 20 kids on that team, and I was like, who of these leaders can handle 20 kids? Like, it was 2 leaders and 20 kids. I was like, I think Malik's got it, bro. No one wants to cross Malik.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think it was more than that though. It was like 30.
You guys took a whole bus out there.
Yeah, it was like 30
whole school
kids.
bus.
Yeah, and so like I remember this the trials of that man, the fights, the kids walking off the job.
You remember the kid who was about to run away? I had to come out there and chase him down.
Chase him down, bro. It's 80-some degrees outside. Like, it's no joke. So
Malik wasn't chasing nobody.
I'm not talking about 80 degrees, bro. I mean, for real. I mean, it was out there, and it wasn't, you know, it was a test. To be out there in a place with no shade, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much where we
How do you think we feel?
Yeah,
No.
It gives you mad respect for people who people who work on farms for real.
And we
Like,
had
they don't complain for nothing, right?
exactly the migrant workers.
Now that's how we get home.
Remember, there's migrant workers out there working as well, and so it's
Twice as fast as the
yeah,
kids.
running, and they had and the migrant workers it looked like they were hot, but this is actually shadow. And they had like that big hats, and the one lady was wearing all these hair wraps, kind of like almost like a little umbrella that she kind of lodged in her head, almost looked like. And it got real when that lady passed away that day. I remember she had a heart attack, bro, right there in the field. Just stone cold and freaked the kids out. Kids were crying, and I was just like, man. I said, look, dude, like this ain't no joke. I said, so let this be something to teach you guys. Like, hey, you know what? Let me get my life together because I don't want to do this the rest of my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she had her own reason. She was an older lady. You know what I'm saying? So it was just unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But I remember it was pretty humbling moment for me, for the kids, and it's just like, it was crazy. That moment brought us together. I remember it was just, all of a sudden it was just this camaraderie all of a sudden. Everybody was helping each other. The one kid, I can say his
It kind of
name.
humbled everybody.
It humbled them.
Life
That's
is precious, you know.
bro.
It gives you perspective.
They were just like, dang, dude, that's messed up. You know what I'm saying?
That's somebody's
Like,
mom, grandma.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
somebody something.
That's
You know what I'm
somebody
saying? Even the one of the worst kids, I can say his name. He called himself the wife stealer. I said, yeah.
15 years old.
Wife stealer. I remember the name. I remember the song. I said, bro, you really going around tomorrow? I said, man, you can't mess around tomorrow. You stealing people's wives. No,
Right.
man, I really take your life and someone's a wife stealer. And so even he was different. After that happened, he was just like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
What you need, Malik? You want me to go over here?
Yeah.
Can I go over there? I was,
Like
what?
it totally
Like,
changed who he was.
I'm gonna take the most, man. That was it was an experience, man. Standing up there on the Indian what do you call it, burial sites, the burial mounds. Took us out there, bro. We're standing there like this is
Wait, where was that at again?
Walter's Gardens. Way out in Hamilton.
Walter's
Yeah,
Gardens.
it was an Indian burial ground, bro. They're like, this is it, right
Wait,
here.
is that still there?
It's still,
It's still
there.
there?
Absolutely.
They ain't going nowhere.
And it's posted. It's
Wait,
posted.
where's Walter's Gardens?
Out in Hamilton, I don't know, 147, 147.
The business is in New Zealand on like Chicago Drive, but they got
That's
fields. They
right.
got fields everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's right.
Wide open.
Speaking of employment, man, what do you have going on for the future here?
Near future.
Or college? I mean,
College so far, kind of on the back burner for that. But so far in the near future, I'll be working at a little church camp called Camp Beach Point.
okay, yes.
Yeah, so I'll be working there for this summer.
Okay.
Cool. That's in Hudsonville, right?
Allegan.
Allegan?
Yeah,
That look good.
yeah. So that's in Allegan, and yeah, I'll probably be working there for the summer.
Nice.
That's
And,
cool.
You'll learn a lot there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, is that? We were driving one day
Yeah.
and we met up. Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the same. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'll be a cabin leader, especially with one of the other coming up here with me's candidates that will be working there with me.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know a lot of
Our kids are in good hands this summer.
That's cool.
No, I think Angel will do really well there. I mean, he's fun loving. He's the definition of chill.
Yeah.
Nothing really flusters him. He's down for whatever task, you know. Go clean this, go do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. Sure. It's so reliable.
Well, I think kids will just gravitate to you, like your personality, your charisma, your laugh. Like you have fun doing everything, and I can just see you being in the water with them kids, and you know, rescuing them from almost drowning.
Hey, the guy got a little freaking. They're freaking out in the water. It's so deep. It's like 2 feet. They're right to my ankle.
Right.
Freak out for nothing.
Gotta be there to calm them down, man.
So after you're done with that, what do you plan on doing? Have you even thought that far? Or are you just taking it day by day?
I'm probably taking it day by day. I kind of got some plans here and there. Kind of thinking with my friends, probably getting a little group house. Probably plan to all 3 of us work and probably save up for a little group house.
Okay.
And I had like a little connection with my school that they kind of had me probably getting a welder's permit, or probably working something like that.
That's a great field.
Yeah.
That's right,
It's a
man.
good field.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm probably,
That's where the money's at.
yeah, I'm trying to think about doing that too. So.
I can see Angel the welder.
Yeah, that's
man.
definitely a
You're
good,
right, though,
good
Jay.
skill to have.
Good work ethic, man. Like, that was my go-to guy. You already know. We have those odd jobs at Escape. You know, he's like, man, Malik, you down there? Well, yeah, I'm down. I'm like, what we got? He said, well, it's always first one at the top of the list. Got Angel.
Who can we get to do this job?
Outside of it.
Angel, can we get one or two others?
So many people like, we helped me move that day. You know what I'm saying? People during the job program, man, I'm good. They'd say, I want to work Friday or I work Thursday. As soon as they get out of work, the regular shift, the sun shining, everybody going to the beach. All of a sudden, they got everything in the world to do except the job.
Right.
You get rid of them, so they're like, Angel, was me and you.
Yeah, I got nothing to do.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
And we done did some doozy jobs by ourselves, man.
Yeah.
It's supposed to take an hour, it take us 3.5.
Yeah.
It always happens
But
that
you
way
know,
when you're
there's
working.
where you get the experience, and there's where you get to learn different things, get your hands dirty.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I know about getting my hands dirty.
Yeah.
I put my hands in everything. I mean, welding, spot welding, MIG, TIG. I mean, carpentry. I built 2 houses with my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pulling pine trees, pulling peppers, you know, I've got my hands dirty. But you're on the right track.
Especially when I was with Escape, I think it was pretty much the main job I had for like almost the 4 years. Was working at a small, I don't know what to call it, a little small company called 8 Day Farms.
Okay.
So I was working with them in the field that they had. Weirdest spots they have them in Holland, but
Like the Star Theater.
yeah, no, like you want to think like a little farm would be like in a little parking lot, but yeah, I worked there for a good while.
And they got all the farm things. I mean, Angel was killing voles out there and harvesting vegetables, and you were selling vegetables.
Yeah.
And
When I drove past there not too long ago, and it looked like nobody was using it anymore. At least towards where that hotel is.
Yeah.
Comfort
Yeah, it was like, does anybody even use that?
I don't know what's going on with it right now. I don't know. Like,
But whole complex actually just got put up for sale. So,
yeah.
Yeah. put
So,
it for sale.
tomorrow we got the Hero and Me event, man.
Hey.
It seems like it comes back around so fast.
You know, I'll tell you how often it comes back around, Malik. Once every year.
Which is, you know, it seems funny because the years have been going by really quick.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're so busy and you're trying to figure out what life is and what you're trying to do with your life. All of a sudden, the whole year just went by.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I was the first year on me. I'm like, man, I did that yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
it's right the next two. I'm like,
Do you remember first starting? You're like, oh, I got to do this over, and all of a sudden, you're like, I'm graduating.
yeah, no, we're going like, huh?
Yeah, but here's the thing you got to look at it too is that when you get older, you lose track of time. So, because I'll be 45 this year, and just last year I was 32.
I don't know if you got it. I'm still 25.
Yeah.
But no, you sound like you got, some good plans. You got a good head on your shoulders, and
A big head on the shoulder.
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Big bubble head. That's my man's Angel, man.
And I'm sure that they know if things got rough. I'm pretty sure the first person you're going to call is Angel.
Oh yeah.
Especially when he's not even around. You'd be like, hey, Angel, guess what, man? I need your help.
Because I know you got extra time.
I got a lot of
You don't say you got school, but you know.
I'm sure there's going to come a time where you're going to be like, you know what? I need another leader.
Yeah.
You'll call him.
Yeah, and that's the hope. I mean, for Escape is to have. I hope in 10 years that someone like Angel's running the show because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
come they know the story. They come take my job and they can run the kids around and then I can just sit back and watch.
he can
and
build it.
Exactly.
create
There
a
you go.
community of like that's just repeating transformation, repeating growth, and all that. So
Mhm.
But it takes celebrating our graduates, our adults, and getting them to a good space in adulthood where they have opportunities or take advantage of opportunities, and making a difference in the community in their own way. So, and becoming great welders
Yes.
wherever they're at. But yeah, Malik, we got the event tomorrow. It's called The Hero and Me.
You put one to the camera.
How did that work? Good.
Right there.
To do that? That's
Actually,
it.
here, I'll put it.
This one.
Right.
Go for it. Or do you think, man? The Hero and Me, May 16th. That's Thursday tomorrow at Maranatha Church. It's on the south side, 918 Central Avenue. And yeah, what it looks like, I mean, 2 years ago, Angel was a finalist. He didn't win. He was that close.
He was close, man.
But we have 3 finalists with Escape who go through the application process, and we select them based on some teacher recommendations and their applications and just like their journey at Escape and outside of Escape. All of them have overcome a lot of stuff, but their stories are under wraps. They're the hidden stories, never before told.
Then that's what we like.
Yeah, you see like conspiracy stuff.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what's the story of George Anfadua Corona? What's the story of Peyton Van Buskirk? What's the story of Adam Palomo? Come out tomorrow, find out. It's at 6:30. We got the free ice cream and drinks and cookies afterwards.
I want ice cream.
Yeah. And you want the stories.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
It's a cool opportunity to be able to see kids who have gone through a lot and just be able to celebrate them and recognize them for the heroes that they are. They're not the ones who are going to get on the front page of the paper because they won a football game or got all-state baseball. Like, that ship has sailed in their life. They didn't have that opportunity and didn't have that going on in their life. But there was a lot of people who told them that they weren't going to be able to make it. They weren't going to be able to graduate. One of our students tomorrow is expelled twice and still graduated early.
Man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How's that, man?
Another one failed all of his classes freshman year, except for Jen. Still graduated on time. Had the high IEP, special ed, all the ADHD, all that stuff, and like people can relate to that. People get that. I don't think there's enough heroes out there who people can look up to and be like, oh, if that's a hero, I can be a hero too.
Right.
So these kids inspire us. They inspire me. That's why I keep staying in the building at Escape. Is these kids are money. So Angel, I don't know, what did the hero mean to you? What was meaningful about that experience for you?
Well, first, very surreal, because didn't think out of how long I was in Escape would think be getting awarded for something. I was surprised I was even picked. At first,
Got a lot of humble heroes in Escape.
yeah, no. So they heard my name, like, oh yeah, you're picked for the, huh? What am I picked for?
Yeah.
Yeah, after getting picked for that, I'm just like, oh, this is just really cool. I've been here for so long, made so many connections, got so many accolades from Escape, and just a lot of new people and all the new faces throughout the years. It's crazy. It's just crazy how it is,
Man.
especially how time flies.
Yep.
That's true.
Man, seeing you now, bro, from when I first met you, it's
Different.
it's so different, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're so chill now,
But
but
did he have those headphones on at the time?
yes, he did.
Yeah.
They were AirPods.
Man, they were AirPods.
The knockoff brand,
Always had something like that.
knockoff brand AirPods that he kept losing.
Yes.
I finally lost them.
You have lost them.
I finally lost
finally
him.
lost them.
Now I finally found him.
No, I finally lost them, man.
But I remember it used to be just so. And then it's like now you just gotta it's like you got the same facade, but it's like you're a grown man now, man. You know what I'm saying? You just mature so much over these years, and so it's just good to see that you mature because some people don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't. Some people go backwards, man. So
Yeah, and I'm hopeful that. I mean, the cool thing about the hero in me is like Angel's GPA. We don't talk about it. It's not going to get him any accolades. But we saw beyond, like, we saw Angel's kindness. We saw Angel pulling other students aside and giving them advice where they were going through anxiety and depression because he
That's
understands
cool.
it.
That's awesome.
And like, he's doing stuff that our staff normally does.
Right.
We saw his consistency and his reliability, and then it starts to make us question. So what is a hero really, right? And isn't that what a hero is? Isn't there a space isn't there a space for that type of hero in our lives? And it helps us.
We need more heroes.
That's right. That's right. And it helps us to see the hero in other people, you know, in our aunties and in our moms and in our brothers. We're like, man, you know, yeah, there's other people who are really doing that. So we talk about how heroes are people who use the most powerful of human forces, perseverance, courage, creativity, and love. And that comes out in so many different ways. And you think about those heroes in your life, like it looks something like that.
Yeah.
So I think if we can become a community that sees that recognizes that celebrates that, that keeps pulling those people out from the margins and pushing them to the center. I mean, imagine the Holland where those types of people are on city council, those type of people are on our school boards because and our board of directors at some organizations because they get parents and they get kids who are growing up, you know, in real life. You know, they get single moms who are making it happen, and you know, all the wheels fall off when the car goes down because they lived it, right? They've seen that. I just think Holland needs more of that, and we're proud to get to have our kids' stories, just be able to advocate for that slowly but surely.
So I had a question too, because I mean, I've heard of escape ministries. You know, I drive past it a lot. Now, how do
I drive past it a lot.
exactly? So it's like I look at it, I'm like, well, now do they go look for these kids, or do you guys get more people that come to you guys?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, because we look at, because there's a lot of people that talk like, oh, the next generation, they're lazy, they're blah blah blah, but it's like, not everybody's like that. There's a lot of people that are like him that don't get recognized because there's not a place for them to go to.
Right.
And now a lot of people, I mean, there's people that live here in Holland that probably never even heard of escape ministries.
Right.
So how do people come about to getting into that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, all sorts of ways, and I think, you know, we love to take those kids who they might you know, like Angel's story might not work, and it's like Angel wasn't a hero at school. You know, you go into a factory, Angel might not come through as a hero because he's undercover. You know, but he stuck around escape enough. We got to see the real Angel. Like, oh yeah, there's more than what meets the eye.
Right.
So, but to answer your question, I mean, we get students through a few different methods. So we mostly focus on like 6th to 12th graders. One thing that really started escape was our alternative suspension program. So kids who are suspended or expelled from school, they get referred to us by a lot of Highland and West Ottawa, and some other schools too here and there, a couple Zealand kids or Hamilton kids, whatever. But mostly those two, just because we've had a really good working relationship with them. They send staff to escape to just check in on kids and keep coaching them, because everybody wants these kids to graduate, right? They take a vape to school, or they get in a fight at school, or you know, they have disobedience at school. Like, no one wants them to fail,
right?
And so we want to cheer them in, like we want to cheer them on, we want to coach them back, and so that's where we get a number of our kids. Then we also do a lot of after school programs. One of those is our boxing program, and that's open to anybody, you know, age 8 to 48, 58.
I'm old enough. It just made the cut.
Yeah.
Westside Boxing.
Yeah, Westside Boxing with Coach Ruben Silva. Yeah. Man, he coached up. Ruben coached up a group of like 13 middle school boys this year. It was dope, and they had a thing called the Tulip Time Showdown last weekend.
Yep.
And you know, 10 kids doing their first exhibition bout. You know, like unscored, unofficial, all that stuff. But it's that first step into the ring, and we had a really cool story with a kid named Tayshawn who.
Oh no, Tayshawn.
He wasn't gonna fight, and then he showed up on Saturday morning, and mom said, "I think he's going to." He changed his mind. Nice. Okay, cool. So he fought. He won his bout. Nice. He took home a belt, and then he also wasn't going to be in the Tulip Time Parade with us, even though he had earned his way in because he went through our initiation process and memorized the whole Bible verse and like knew all of the escape values. He's like, I don't want to do that. And well, he won the bout, and so I called his mom. I was like, hey, that belt that he won, can I actually get it back so one of the other kids can wear it because they won too, but they didn't get the belt, and then they can march in the parade with the belt, and we'll give it back. And she's like, I think since he won the belt, I think he wants to be in the parade.
I was just gonna say that changed his mind.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's kind of a weird feeling to be in a predicament. Well, not a predicament, but in a situation where people didn't look at you as a hero. They didn't look at you as a person. They just talked down to you, and But then when you start doing good for yourself, you start like Tayshaun got a belt.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't know how to react, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
But then he thinks about it, going, "Hey, I worked hard for that.
Right.
Right.
Like, and he did that-
I want people to see me.
That's right.
I want them to
That's
see
right.
the good in me.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm living. I'm recognize me.
Yeah.
This is me.
Yeah.
Let's do
And
it.
that's the sixth grader with like, man, all the things going on in the sixth grader's mind. You know, single mom, trying to figure all that out, only child in the house, and so like just navigating all that. Like this kid took a brave step into the unknown, and it's not always going to turn out that you walk home with a belt.
Right.
But
Exactly.
this time, but at least he has the hope that, you know what? When I do brave things, sometimes good things can happen from that.
Exactly.
So that was cool, and that's we're really excited for Ruben, what he's doing back there in the boxing gym.
Yes.
We also have a few other after-school programs, after-school tutoring, so that's really open to
That's
anybody
cool. That's a good idea.
who's like,
Yeah.
hey, I need help with math. Or I
I've
need-
seen
need
some
help
of the
with English.
teachers actually take several kids. I think it was about 9 kids out in that parking lot, and they did actual exercises,
Yeah, calisthenics.
Oh, yeah.
calisthenics, and they were like. Then he had this one guy going, "I need those knees up," and I'm like,
Wait, you talking about
Yeah, like Ruben.
Secretary of State?
"No, not Ruben. I can't remember who it was."
Oh, it's about the after school, the workout group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was probably Jake or Adam.
Yeah.
You know, they're all like, "There's kids, man, come on." And I was like, "No."
Adam's a coach, man. Adam's a coach through and through.
Yeah.
But and like a lot of these kids' dads aren't around, right? So then Adam is there, like
That's what happened.
that's their manhood. What is and like I talked about my upbringing. Like I had a lot of coaches. Like I had my dad, but I also had a lot of coaches around me who are defining like what does it look like to be a real man? What does it look like to when you face adversity? What does it look like to try and achieve your best, right? And so to have Ruben and Adam and Jake and some other folks around these kids who are just figuring all that out in life is a really neat opportunity. So
True story.
so they come to us from all different avenues, but we just kind of see that common thread of like, one thing, a lot of escape kids have overcome something or are overcoming things, and so rather than slapping the label of at risk on them, it's like we're gonna slap the label of either hero or hero in the making. If you're if you're knucklehead, you're hero in the making. You'll get there. Stay in the room long enough.
Some people take longer than others.
Yeah, that's right.
But you will succeed.
Yep.
You stay with the program, you will succeed.
Yep, that's right. And then also people who are there, like they want to grow.
Yeah.
They're not there just to hang around and get babysat.
Yeah.
They're there because they want to grow.
I know when Willie Watt was running this, and there was a few kids in there. One kid said, "I'm just here because he's here.
Yeah.
That's my best friend. Where he goes, I go."
Yep.
But then all of a sudden, the best friend moved away, and all of a sudden, the kid stayed, and he ended up graduating.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, just stay in the room.
And that's
Around
it. Just
some
stay in the room.
people.
Just focus.
And those are the ones I like. I like the ones that people feel like they can't handle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like. I don't
Bring 'em, man.
get up on the A+ student. I don't want to hear nothing from you. Trust fund, baby. I want this dude over here who got dropped off, came from Chicago, moved out here with his parents. Parents decided, you know what? It's too slow in Holland. This is not my speed. But these kids end up being like, you know what? Well, I like it here. It's clean. Like I can go play basketball. I can
I
go
get
to the
treated
club.
good.
Like it's cool.
Exactly.
I've been in a fight in 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it. The parents like nah.
Yeah.
And the kids end up staying,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
now that they end up having a couch surf because now they get left at the auntie house or the cousin house, have a spat, cousin kick them out, and now they couch surfing. Like those are ones I embrace right there. You know what I'm saying? Like
They're the ones who are misunderstood.
those are
Right.
ones
We understand.
and they know if you don't understand. They know if you just blowing smoke.
Yeah.
A lot of these people, you know what I'm saying? And it's good that people have grown up and had a good life and didn't have to worry about struggle and all that.
Yeah.
I love it. But sometimes you have to be literally scarred up by life for these kids to really get through to these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or know how to come at them. You know what I'm saying? But me, I was speaking just through pure experience. Like, I grew up around drugs, grew up around this and that, and they know.
Do they? Okay, so I'm just trying to follow all what Escape Ministries does. Because again, I've heard of them. I've a little bit, probably
Joe Boy,
40%.
most of the time.
Well, most of the time.
He lives on 30 seconds.
I know pretty much.
Did you at least beat the horn?
Right.
You know what? Yeah, I know. AJ, are you there? No. No, because there's so many times that I drive past and they have that marquee looking sign.
Yeah, something on there.
The canned food or
Yeah, canned food.
Yeah.
Canned drive.
the can drive.
Yeah.
So it made me think. I'm like, as many times as I drove past and I had cans, I was like, man, so many times I just want to go drop some off.
Yeah, do that.
But I always forget about it when I'm driving back the other way.
Well, Ben,
Put 'em
I will gladly give you a reminder.
Okay, thank you.
You don't forget to. And that was actually one of the students' ideas.
Yeah.
Really?
Came up with that.
Oh,
That was the entrepreneur.
that is a
Yeah,
good
it was
idea,
a
though.
good
That,
project.
I mean, you know,
It
it didn't
bro.
realize.
It backfired one year. I can say it backfired, but
It
it
exploded.
exploded.
Oh, you got two.
Well, here's how it went. It was 2019, right? And these two kids went with it was a college professor and entrepreneur project. So they went and pitched to different businesses, like, we have this project, we have this this ministry that we work for, and they were part of this startup academy thing. And so we would like to come in and collect your cans. We'll take care of it for you, and then it's going to go to pay our wages, the entrepreneur project, and then the profits go to these two ministries. So they got the experience of pitching, doing like a slide deck to some different businesses, doing some house pickups, and then they go and return it. It made some money. Maybe Escape would come out with like $50 every couple months or something, and and the boys got paid. Cool.
Oh, that's what they were thinking. It was.
It checked the boxes. That's what it started out as.
Oh, okay.
And then we just had a little drop off thing, and that would like fill up maybe every week.
Yeah.
It was like the size of this table, maybe. And then
Okay.
2020 hit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah, and then everything shut down from
What for?
April till
August,
June or
Till
something.
March.
It opened up in June.
March to
March,
June
yeah.
or something.
March 23rd.
Yeah.
To be exact.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so we just said, well, you can drop your cans off here. I guess we'll just figure it out once we get there. And
Yep.
the whole boxing gym was full of cans.
To the whole.
Yeah.
The
Are you
whole
serious?
outside was full of
It
cans.
was.
I'm kidding you not that we had more than $10,000 of cans.
Easy.
What?
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know it got that.
It took us and we had two storage units full of cans, and then finally when it opened, it was like, we cleared out this storage unit, we cleared out this one, then we cleared out the boxing gym by July 4, and then we cleared out the front by like the end of August, and finally went through there. And then the Critter Barn called us because they collected cans, but they didn't have kids working, so they were like, we can't get rid of them. So in that winter, we had these old cans that had just been sitting in a barn
Wow.
for 6 months or
Did it
something.
smell like animals?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how, but this is where Angel comes in handy because
How many kids have
it's
kids?
it's 2021 and like
Oh, my God.
everyone's still kind of in COVID season. There's nothing else to do, so Saturday morning you just call up, like, get 2-3 kids together, roll the trailer, go pick them up at Critter Barn, pull them up, and then just cash them in 3-4 hours, check out. $800-900 of cans.
Yeah.
Kids get their wages.
Yeah.
Boom. So since then, I mean, we got we're still sustainable at like, I think we did like $38,000 worth of cans this year.
Wow.
And
That
so
is-
it's like 150
I gotta
grand.
clap to that one.
It's
That's
2020.
crazy because
bro.
Oh,
have to
okay. So a
look at
lot
that.
of the money that goes to the kids because they work
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
make it. But then the rest of it just goes to fund the programs. I didn't even talk about the jobs program. That's another way kids come to us is
Yeah.
right.
they just want a job. They
Yeah.
just want a summer job.
Okay.
Yeah.
It started kind of as like a gang prevention thing, and then it just grew to like, well, we can include. There's more people who need jobs, and then we kind of had this beautiful community where there's this mix of kids who have some real issues that they're working through, and just kids who are 14 and can't find anywhere else to work. And then I don't know. Sometimes the summer jobs, I look around, I'm like, this is kind of the Highland I hope for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I interviewed a kid today, and he's 8th grade. Told me he's got a Roth IRA that he's started already. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
dang, bro, okay, where'd you come from? And then, and, I'm sitting right across from, somebody who's like, yeah, they tell me about how they were suicidal last year and they just moved from Muskegon, and, just relocating all that. And then, and then the next interview, someone who's on probation and got court fines to pay. And so, like, can't we all work on the same team? Yeah,
Right.
we can.
I have a buddy of mine, June Arnez,
Oh, yeah.
online,
Nope, you just said.
and he said, this is great. They should bring this to Grand Rapids.
Yeah,
It would be
man.
They
amazing.
actually did. The
Talking about
Escape
that.
was in Grand Rapids at once.
That little
He
team.
tried, but it was there actually.
It was like a sneak attack.
Sneak
Yeah.
attack,
Like they did it, but it was kind of like they were piloting it. But I will say, so our executive director is Kevin Denton. He's been with us for a year now, and they got in like the 3-year plan is like to try and replicate have like a couple satellite campuses because other counties need this. You know, the schools. This is an issue that like where do our kids go when they have behaviors that need to get addressed in school?
Yeah.
You know, you can't just bring your vapes to school, guys. Like, you can't get
Yeah.
I
fights.
have a question for you.
Yeah.
I really don't know you, but you seem like an awesome guy. But how many awesome guys are out there in like for different counties? Like, are they going to get the same treatment? Are they going to get the same kind of aspect of what you're doing with Mr. Santana over here? You know, I want to.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it out there. Some people sit there and say, "Wait, I want to escape. Oh, let's try to escape in this county." But you don't always get that same person. Well, you always get that one person that's always either mean or kind of judgmental.
Yeah.
There's where parents get kind of scared away from projects. Like
And that could be why it
So,
didn't work out the first time.
where could parents be more comfortable when they speak with you to be able to build that trust with you that if their kids were to go to Allegan or if they're going to Kent County or they're going to Muskegon, what could you promise them or what could you offer them that would comfort their soul? Just that I want to put my kid in there.
Like kids from Holland or kids who are somewhere else?
Kids are somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I can't say anything right now because we don't have anything in Allegan, Grand Rapids, and Muskegon.
But if you were to,
but the hope there is
hypothetically,
right, hypothetically, and hopefully in reality is, you know, like I think we've worked. So Escape's kind of in the adolescent stage, coming into adulthood as an organization.
Yep.
Where like, you know, it was founded as all these good ideas, just trying to do these programs, trying to hustle good people together to make it happen, and then get the funding, and then, you know, make this. And so the last maybe 5 years, we've been trying to, like, how can we make this sustainable so that Escape in Holland can last and like
Right.
and just be healthy and flourishing. Once we get to flourishing, I think we're hitting a lot of those marks right now.
okay,
Where it's a really good spot. Then okay, now we have something that is worth replicating, and that we've figured out some things that work, and we figured out a culture and a model for doing things. And like discipline obviously is a very tricky thing.
It is.
How do we do it as an organization? Okay, this is how we do it. That might not be a perfect model, but it's as close as we're going to get because we've tried all of the things, right? We've done some good research and evidence. So I would say, you know, if Escape's replicating, it's going to replicate with its culture and with its model. And that culture is going to be about understanding. That culture is going to be about compassion. That culture is going to be about growth and transformation and healing. And it's going to be about accountability so that we can continue to grow and not just talk about it, but be about it.
I like that.
That's a good
And,
one.
Yeah,
and,
very
and,
much.
and like you said, it always takes good people to run a system.
Absolutely.
Right? And so
Yep.
as you're replicating, I mean, you get in the room with somebody, you can tell.
Yeah.
Right? And so whenever we get to that point, you got to trust the networks, trust the people who you're putting together. Like, who are the people who need to be in the work? You know, I know Malik is somebody who needs to be in the work. He's the one to be coaching kids in football. He's the one he's got the heart to pull that kid aside and be like, come on.
Yep.
And actually, that's
Right.
actually true because actually I've seen him do that even with his own kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't do it directly in front of everybody else. He'll take them aside, let me talk to you for a minute, and then he'll tell them, hey, you need to shape up. This is not the way we do things.
Yeah.
You know better.
He even does that to my kid. No.
Right?
Actually,
Yeah, he does.
he does. He actually does it with Ben's kid.
I'll get Adrian together in a minute.
Yeah.
He'll come in Adrian's room and be like, hey, I heard you skipped school or you did this. You need to go to school. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was on that game, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't have that. You're better than that. Blah, blah. And it's like, all right, okay, hey,
Hey, man,
I can dig that.
it's just like
You know, it takes a
something
village.
it's something that I had, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't. Okay, so I grew up with one stepdad. Well, my mom's husband. Me and him we didn't even get along until honestly, I feel like me and him didn't even have a good moment until I had kids. You know what I'm saying? So all the way up until then, I was eggshells around that dude. I can tell you right now, like I tiptoed around him. I didn't want to even be a kid around him. You know what I'm saying? So seeing all these young men out here without a father, bro, like they need it. It's so important, bro.
Yep.
It's so important, man. Like I'm not gonna say his name, but it starts with the M, ends with a cell. You know,
Just say it.
no, I know, man. But I'm saying because I know this conversation we having, man. This one broke me. I had to go to the bathroom. And take care of my allergies.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what's wrong, bro? Why you so angry all the time, bro? Like, talk to me. I said, man, you can put it on the floor right now. And one of the toughest kids to get through to, you know this. And he was like, he just looked at me, and I just see him start shaking. He was like, honestly, I just miss my dad. Like that. I want my dad, dude. Like that. And I was just like,
Give it that tender moment.
it was it, bro. And I was just like, I'm feeling chills right now, but it's like I took myself back to that moment. I was like, man. And I remember from that point, I said, man, I'm gonna do whatever I can within my power. I'm not gonna just assume some kid is doing good. Like if I see him, I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? How you been, man? What's been up? How you doing? Like I'm never gonna assume that they're doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to know. I want to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Escape. It's about taking care of nurturing these kids, kind of filling the void. But those long-term relationships is what I feel good about. Seeing kids in these days. That, you remember me? I was in a program in 2019. Oh, what? You know what I'm saying? The full goatee now. I got a ring on the way.
Long ago. Where'd we go? We went somewhere and there was a kid that just jumped out of the blue.
Yeah.
Kind of scared us because we're like, wait, whoa. And then he was like, you remember me? I was in Escape.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he goes,
Oh, that was,
he was like,
You had to break it down.
yeah, he broke it down like,
I've been through a few of them.
I was
you know
with
what
you
I'm
guys.
saying?
Where were we?
I was in a hospital when I
forget
got
where that was.
some health condition. One of the nurse aide lady was one of my crew at.
yes, there's another one.
She was like, "Is that you, Malik?" I was, yeah. And she had the mask on. I was like, and she's like, "Yeah, I was in your program in the hot gardens." Like that, I was like, "Oh my god! Like, look at you!"
Right, now you got me.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I do it for, bro.
Shit.
It's kinship, man. So I'll never go nowhere. You can't get rid of me and shit.
I know.
But that's what I know when I see people like Malik, I see yourself, and now I see him. This is the future,
Yeah.
you know, and then we need more of this.
Scary, huh?
We need more of this. You know, Holland needs a lot of this because I know a lot of broken homes, and I know a lot of kids that are troublemakers or trying to get out of trouble or don't know they somehow got themselves into trouble and now they're trying to find their ways out.
Right.
But nobody ever directs them to escape. They either direct them to gangs, drugs, or
Right.
like you said, auntie's house or grandma's house, and now they're on the couch or
Or
on the
homeless.
floor, and you know. But if everybody knew more about escape and then more about what you guys do, I'm pretty sure everybody would be like, I know where you can go.
Yeah.
And hopefully on this podcast, this would actually get around to the tri-state area as well as across country for people to be like, I like that program. I'm going to call about it. Let me see what it's about.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can get into there. See what we can do. See if you can train train me so I can build one here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll fly you out. Just show me what to do.
Yeah.
You know.
People got the heart for it. You guys were saying some good things. I want to circle back on them. One, we were talking about parents and trusting that their kid's going to be in a good place.
Yes.
One thing I talk about with our kids and our staff is principle like, you know what, see each other's humanity. Because we get so many kids from so many different walks of life. It's like give somebody a chance to just see their humanity, which means that every human's got a whole lot of goodness and a whole lot of potential in them.
Yeah.
And every human's got some margin where we're going to be messed up and we're going to make some mistakes. If you look at a small window of like my interaction with a kid, like I might not have handled it perfectly. If you look at Malik's window, like there's some windows where maybe he handled it a different way than he should have, right? And or like somebody perceives it wrong and all that. So we got to give ourselves a little bit of margin. And I even think about I know a lot of parents struggle with like principals and deans because they just get the bad phone call like your kid did this and like, well, they're mistreating my kid, right? And so I would just encourage people to just lean in and come to the table and talk, right? Because when we get across the table and we try and seek understanding, I think that really helps us. Principals got to do their job. Youth developers at Escape got to do their job, and also let's come to the table and see each other's humanity, and that allows me to see the parents' humanity, understand like what she's trying to do for their kid or what he's trying to do for their kid, and you just come to understanding in a way that's really going to help us going forward. If we burn bridges, then nobody gets helped, right? Because then it's like, I'm going to pull my kid out of this school.
Right.
Okay, I'm sure that's going to help because now they got to move. They got to go to they got to go to a whole new school, new friends, navigate the same thing. They find their way into the same negative crowd, and then the
Right.
See, this is why I like Escape.
It's almost like
but
they had
I
to start
also-
over.
This is why I like Escape as well as West Side Boxing
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Ruben.
Yeah.
Because Ruben actually deals with the kids. He actually sits there and says, "What are you doing to yourself, bro?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Someone's got to ask them.
Oh my
those
God!
questions,
Like
right?
you have it made, and you're over here making a dumb decision. What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? Let's take it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Push-ups.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Jumping jacks.
Right. Come on, man.
Everybody
People still
pushes,
do
but in a
jumping
different direction. Like I seen there's guys like making kids do laps, and I'm feeling sorry for them. They're like,
Yeah.
well, that's their program. Ruben's over here talking to them, and going face to face, like, what are you doing?
Right.
You're over here teaching them boundaries, and you're teaching them, good ethics.
That's
Right.
the principles.
And it's just like everybody understands these kids, but the only ones who don't understand them are the ones who are not actually taking the time, and that's at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When there should be going, maybe I should learn from you, and maybe you can show me what I need to understand about my child. And
Exactly.
if I don't understand my child, I can't understand what
Right.
how to handle them.
And I've got to lean into parents. A lot of times, if I'm struggling with a kid, then that's time for me to have a parent meeting, not to tell the parent what they got to do, but like tell me something more about your kid because there's something I'm not understanding.
Yeah.
And then we learn from each other rather than butt heads. So
But then now the child is rising,
yep,
and that's what the whole program is about.
Yeah.
The child rising.
yep.
Yep.
You know, and it takes time. It takes
It does.
patience, right? I mean, like you're dealing with sixth graders, and like you can't push anything too hard. Like sixth graders are gonna act like sixth graders.
Yeah.
So these little behaviors, those are behaviors. You
No,
Yeah.
the thing with sixth graders, though, man, you got those hormones flying.
don't even go there, bro.
You got the
That's a whole
hormones.
other thing. That's a whole
Oh,
other thing.
in the words of old James. What am I
What am I
missing?
missing here? Yeah, a lot. The other thing that you hit on, Malik, you were hit on the fatherhood thing, and I know there's probably not a lot of kids listening to the podcast, but probably a lot of dads, stepdads, uncles, grandpas, that kind of thing. And so one thing we're trying to lean into, and I think there's just I think a lot of organizations see there's not a space for it. They've been growing the last year or two, something called the Fatherhood Coalition. I think there's a lot of organizations that want to lean more into fatherhood and creating this space for not just dads, but like I said, stepdads and uncles who can be male role models in people's lives.
Oh, yeah.
Provide some resources for them. So
For
2
sure.
weeks ago, we had a dad's cafe at Escape, and I had like 10 dads in the room just getting to invest in their own dadness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I've been a dad for like a year,
Good way.
but it's there's no other space where that's happening for me. And I'm at a youth development place, like I'm a part of a church, like I got some friends who are dads too, but we don't ever sit down and talk about dad stuff.
Like, how do you do that?
Hey,
Like,
how can I be better about things? And it wasn't super intimidating or anything, and so I think there's more of that stuff coming down the line. I think they just said the next one's going to be like June 13. But if there's dads out there, I mean, just throw something in the comments. Once that flyer comes out, I'm happy to kind of send that out and I think there's dads who are, and stepdads and uncles and mentors and all that who are hungry for that, to be like, hey, how can we get in a space to create a movement of males who care about just being there for kids, whether that's the football team I'm coaching or it's my little cousin who, lives around the corner, or that we can just kind of stand up and be like, oh, we're going to be present, we're going to be as helpful as we can be, understanding that there's a lot of brokenness in kids' lives, so let's just stand up and be there. I think that's going to be a powerful movement if guys lean into that.
Yeah. That's a good
Definitely
idea.
catch on to that. I would love to make sure we can definitely promote that on here, man. I'll be glad to make an announcement and get dads there.
Right, because that's the hardest thing is even me as a dad, I'm the least likely to show up to that type of stuff, even though we know that's the most powerful thing, but also it's more fun to watch the game, or it's more fun to be on a podcast, or I'm busy, I'm working second shift, or I'm working 2 jobs, and we get that, but also then when are we taking time to invest in ourselves? Because you can't pour out of an empty vessel,
Yeah, true
Exactly.
story there, absolutely.
So as I express here all the time, and I express it to Ben, I express it to everybody here, it takes sacrifice.
Yeah.
If you want something great, you have to sacrifice. Sacrifice whatever it is that you got going on, and sacrifice for what you want.
Even if it's
Because
for a short period of time.
Can't,
too, so.
and even if you show up for 5-10 minutes, you'll get 5-10 minutes of somebody saying, hey, I was just like that.
Yeah.
But look where I'm at now, and I'm doing better, I'm doing this and that. It takes 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna take 5 minutes to pump gas in your car. Take that 5 minutes to go and just see what it's about. Have a cup of coffee. Then leave.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend there a whole hour or 2 hours or 5 hours. Spend 5, 10, 15 minutes.
Get what you can.
Yeah,
Just
because at least you show the initiative.
That's it.
You know, and actually paid attention.
That's it.
You know, that would actually help some of these fathers as myself.
Yeah.
You know, because there was never programs growing up where it's like dads and us or dads and kids, and it was always mommies and me and this and that, but there was never dads and us, you know. And I
You know, where's that dad dance? No.
right. You know, and it was never me growing up. I won't even put that out there, but I was rough on my kids. I was really rough. I mean, I wasn't even discipline. It was more torture than discipline.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I always told my son, nobody touches your sister, nobody, abuses your sister, don't let nobody. So they grew up fighting, because you know how schools are, people were picking on each other and this and that, and my son was a fighter.
Yeah.
I showed him how to fight, and it was fight to the death. I was a troublemaker in school myself, so I just did what I knew.
Yeah.
And I was raising my kids.
So many parents, right? We're just doing what we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so if I had somebody positive in my life that wasn't a drinker or that didn't do drugs or wasn't in the gang, and they said, you know what, we have a program called, Escape, that you can go to and learn how to, be a correct dad.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
But now everybody's like, hey, smoke this.
Yeah.
Hey, drink this. Hey, let's go hang out here.
Yeah, I will say something that was cool about the Dad's Cafe is like it didn't seem very programming to me. I was just a participant. I wasn't running the show, which is good news for everybody that I wasn't running.
Hey, teach about dad screaming today.
Right, it just felt like Dad's kind of like conversating about the stuff, and so like I wasn't learning from a professional. I was just 4 dudes sharing their experience. Everyone's just listening, right? And so your experience is just as valid as Malik's. And so we said, well, this is what I'm doing. And then you kind of hear like, oh, well, he does it this way and he does it this way. I can vibe with that. And like, I get that. And like, you, in that process, you're always just self-reflecting of like, do I really want to be reacting to my kids this way? Or do I really want to be steering, or I like that idea. I might take that. So it's just cool to be in the room and share that. And it doesn't take an organized event to do it. Sometimes it's just being with your boys.
It takes understanding.
It takes understanding. It takes intentionality, right? Sometimes just being with your boys who you normally just chill with, watch the game with, or go out to the bar with, and like, just bring it up, like, what's going on with your dad life, What's the good? What's the bad? What's hard?
Question.
That'd be a cool thing.
How's
to do.
your dad life?
I bet you that'll be a long night at the bar, right?
I bet you there'll be a lot of crying.
Come on.
I bet you there will be a lot of crying, because you know how people start drinking because of their emotions.
Oh, Lord.
And they'll be like, how's dad life? Man, I don't know. And then 5 hours later, they're all psyched, hugging each other. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. I apologize to my kids.
Yeah.
Malik, he had to tend to his allergies a couple times in my car when we got talking about his kids, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's stuff. That's stuff that really gets us. There's not a lot that gets us right here, but
Sometimes men don't show emotion.
Yeah.
We show a lot more pride than
Because
emotion.
AJ sent me at some of my lowest moments, man. You know what I'm saying? Over these past 10 years, bro. That was 14.
I've heard multiple stories.
you don't look a day older than Malik.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
He stays under the sun.
Yeah, man. Like I said, Jaden sent me at some of my those vulnerable moments, man. Where I'm just like, man, you know what? I'm ready to break some stuff in half. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? And Jay's just kind of like, just AJ. It's just, what you know, AJ is like, AJ's being AJ's like, well, dude, like, well, you're not going to solve anything, right? I'm like, what you mean you're not going to solve anything, right? Me go up there and punching him in the mouth? What you mean I ain't going to solve anything? Right.
Yeah, we just have
yeah, just kind of just a rationale, you know what I'm saying? Just right. And I just I much as I've helped kids at Escape, I've learned a lot about myself really working at Escape, bro. Being around and just about patience and just actually picking and choosing my own battles. I'm trying to tell the teenager over there, look, man, pick and choose your own battles. And I'm over here like, all right, are you done? Okay, I'm gonna choke my baby mom. I'll be right back.
I got something for Angel. So like you hear us talking about kind of this dad culture and like male mentors in the community. As you're coming up, as you kind of look back at your childhood, since you're no longer a child, what do you feel like? What do you feel like you needed, or what do you feel like you and your peers, like the young men in our community, what did you guys need from the men in the community?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Or what would you?
But not to put you on the spot or nothing.
Yeah.
What would you hope for from the men in the community, the male mentors, the dads, the stepdads? What do kids need?
Give us more time together. You know,
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good.
Nice.
because not a lot of kids get a lot of time with their peers or with their families or something like
That
that.
hurt. That hurt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry. That hurt like hell.
Yeah, because like for me, my family, like I had a lot of male role models. Like my two brothers, my dad, but they weren't really there for me as much as they should be when I was a little kid. So just like having that. Just
Yeah,
having
that's a good one. I like
yeah,
that.
just having time, giving time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's huge, man. That's like, and we need to know that, bro.
Go down.
We got my man crying over here. Like, that's because I see a lot of parents, and me and my boy was just talking about this the other day. Like, they gotta get out there, so they play the game, and you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I was just down in Flint this past weekend. My dad's one of his buddies he grew up with. His son, his 34-year-old son, came to visit him. They hadn't seen each other in years. And he hadn't seen his grandson, brought his grandson with him, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, the grandson was just busy looking around, because my dad's house is like a studio, so he's got stuff hanging up and all that sort of stuff. Kids just, my pops ain't tripping. He's like, man, I wonder, he ain't heard that. And his dad's like, man, go over there, son, man, you're doing too much. He's like, you go over there and play your game. He was like, but Dad, I don't want to play the game. He was like, I don't want it. And plus, playing the game is bad for you. You said that. And so Dad, he looked at Dad in the corner. I'm sitting at the table like, and then started fighting. He about to go sit down, he about to whoop it up. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, he said, man, just sit down in the corner and play the game. And so the kid was forced to play the game. So I said, unless you want to do some push-ups, you want to work out? He was like, yeah. Just and I looked at him, he was like, since when? I was like, I'm sorry, bro. I work with kids, bro. I was like, man, give me 20 push-ups. No, give me 10 push-ups. He got out there, knocked him out, nice little form. I'm like, so you can do 20. Yeah, I can do 20.
Did it again.
Did it again. He looked at me next. I know the crunches still up, but man, give me some crunches. So now I got this kid going through a whole full workout, and his dad is sitting there like, I seen it and I'm like, damn. And so I didn't sit there like, man, you need to spend more time with your son. I just kind of gave him that look like, you know, it's a little thing. It's a little thing to get kids going, man. You good, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Energy.
He was 6, 7 years old, you know what I'm saying? So it was just, I kind of had a moment, man. Just kind of reflecting on what you said, like, more time, just a little time.
Yeah,
Just a
you
little
know,
time.
I look at that too because I have a 13-year-old son, and he's always, because there's a basketball hoop outside, and he always asks me, "You want to go play basketball?" But I'm getting home from work, and you know,
The inside voice says, "No, I do not want to play basketball."
exactly. But then he goes outside, and I look out the window, and he's out there practicing, and I'm like, "Damn, I should have went outside."
Yeah.
But then it made me think, like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go outside. Sometimes I'll do it. Sometimes I'm like, I'll let him practice for a little bit.
Hey, Ben,
And so-
can I
What's up?
tell people on the podcast as well as these two, the conversation that you and your son had in
Yeah,
the
go
basement?
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yes, because
So-
that's similar to what I was getting at.
So here's the thing. I found out Adrian skipped or missed school.
Yeah.
And I said, Adrian, I was in the basement where we were doing the podcast before we moved in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Adrian, I'm yelling upstairs. And he comes down. He goes, yeah. And I said, take a seat. He takes a seat, and I was talking to him, and I'm being sympathetic with him. And I'm like, I really need to understand, bro. Like, what are you doing? You didn't even go to school,
Yeah.
and you're asking your parents for this and that and that and this. You didn't go to school. What makes you think you deserve that?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I said, I don't want excuses. I want a really, really good reason.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me, and he just put his head down. And he looked at me again. He goes, "This has to do with your dad." And he's like, "Yeah." So I said, Ben, I want to talk to you. I want you to sit down. So I said, hey, Ben, what would you like from Adrian? Because I want Adrian to do good in school. I want him to graduate. I want him to, do the best that he can. I said, Adrian, what is it going to take for you to, for you to do better for your parents? He says, and I said, is it your dad? Is there something going on, or what is it? He says, I just want my dad more involved with my sports, with my school, with here. I want him to spend time with me, even outside to go, shoot baskets or to throw a football around, even for 5 minutes. That's what I want. Even 5 minutes, I'll take 5 minutes, but he's so busy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, so I had Adrian leave, and I looked at Ben. I'm like, did you just hear your son?
Yeah.
He needs you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you right now, put this podcast aside, man. Your kid is more important.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me and he goes, you're right. I can spend more time with him.
A little goes a long way, brother.
But it's like,
You gotta be wrong.
what I saw was something I should have seen in myself with my kids. And I didn't, but I was able to correct it, or not correct it, but able to see it in them. And so I wanted that corrected. Kind of made me feel good. But then after they didn't know that, I went and called my son and I went and called my daughter. And I'm like, please forgive me. I wasn't there when he needed me. I can't ask for you to forgive me. I just ask that you, just pray about it, I guess.
Yep.
He forgave me a long time ago.
Like I forgave my dad from not being able to see him a lot because he ended up moving down south. And it's like, people's lives are different. People, I get it. Things were different back in the day, but it's like I don't hate my dad for that. I never have and I never will, because people make life choices and people regret things. But it's like I gave him, because
You have to.
he's still here and I wanted him to hear that. So it's like, so I told him.
But see, even now, me and my kids have a good relationship. We call each other every day.
Yeah.
Make sure that we tell each other we love you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope your day goes good. If you need me, I'm here. I don't care what time of day it is. I'm there. So, it's never
That's
too
good.
late.
Exactly.
Never
what
too
you
late.
said. What you said is exactly what everybody needs to hear. Because
You got me crying, man. I'm just like, that hurt like hell, dude.
That
Before
was-
AJ had kids of his own, he had already had 200 of them. All growing up. You know what I'm saying?
They're all sugar in the water, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
They already retired.
AJ has been absolutely instrumental with the state, man, and like in the city, bro. Like, I mean, we know you as state championship football player, Holland Christian,
I'm gonna interview.
AJ Westendorp. For y'all who didn't know, put the camera on real quick. For y'all who didn't know about Mr. Westendorp over here, he did something that Kirk Cousins did not do. All right, state championship for the Maroons in comeback fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so AJ was the man up there, man. But like,
Okay. Since you said that, I'm gonna say what I wanted to say.
oh no.
So we were talking before you got here, and I said, "Dang, I want to ask him about what it was like. About what do you think of Kirk Cousins?" And I'm not saying this anything against you, because you have a great career. You had the state championship. He don't. So
Another championship.
Oh, you're going the other way.
So my question was, or my thought was, in his position, what is it? Well, how do you, like, you guys were on the same team at one point, right? Okay. So
One game.
yeah. Okay.
I
So
was 2 years behind him, so.
oh, that's right. Okay. So how do you look at him being like, how is he in the NFL? Like what's going on here? Because and I'm sure a lot of people are thinking this. How do you look at him now as where he's at now, where he was back in high school?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of understanding of just the fabric of football that goes into that. First, I'm both surprised and not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised mostly because when Kirk was in high school, He was small. He couldn't put weight on. He had a rocket arm. Always had a rocket arm.
Yeah.
Always really smart, really determined, all that. So for those reasons, not surprised because he has all those tools, like the work ethic, the dependability, the rapport from teammates, the attention to detail. I mean, the guy's got his foot on the gas pedal all the time.
Yeah.
And he's a great role model for people. And we did some events and stuff. After high school when we were in college and stuff, 'cause we were kind of living these parallel lives, right? Both kind of going to college.
Of course, he went to the
football
wrong
thing.
college. No, sorry.
But yeah, I've been cheering him on. His journey has been really sweet, really good for the community
Yep.
ever since he left. And then, the football business, there's just so many twists and turns where, you're either on the right side or the wrong side of the coin. Even if you follow Kirk's career, like he was this close to not go his way. He was in a couple quarterback competitions that if they would have chosen it, like it was a close thing. If they would have chosen this guy, then Kirk would have been on the bench. They wouldn't gotten a shot.
Yeah.
And he got a shot. He crushed it. He had some down games, had some up games, but in the end, was he the winningest MSU quarterback? Won some Big Ten championship
most
stuff.
yards,
Like
too,
a lot of wins. And same deal when he got to the league. It's like it didn't look like he was even going to get a chance. He was just going to ride the bench behind RG3, get your chance. Did he have a lot of great games at Washington?
He has,
Some good, some not so good, but consistency, you just see the cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
then, especially as a quarterback now, there's people give a lot of criticism to quarterbacks, but there's so many other factors in football that if a good quarterback's on a bad team, that quarterback's going to look back. There's no
Exactly.
blocking, and there's the routes aren't crisp. Any quarterback's not going to look good.
Right.
And so I give a lot of bandwidth both to quarterbacks and head coaches when people put a lot of heat on them. It's there's way too many factors for you to putting this guy on blast.
Yeah.
So for Kirk having survived 12, 13 years in the league, I mean, you just kind
respect
of you talk about heroes. I mean, he's overcome so many of those things. There's
Yeah.
a lot of heat in that position, and so I got a lot of respect for him to be able to come through that. My career, I got my shot. I actually got my shot against Kirk, against Michigan State through 2 picks. And I was, coming in for the starter who threw 2 picks as well. And we were just completely outmatched. I was in Central Michigan and we had nothing going on. And that was the last time I played quarterback. And it really, it hurts because I didn't get my shot, all that.
Yeah.
But in the end, you can either be bitter about it, or I could I really enjoyed getting to play college football. We had some great games, right? Would I have liked to play quarterback? Absolutely. Would I have liked for things to gone differently? Absolutely. But
Yeah.
Who'd you play in Little Caesars Bowl?
yeah, we played Little Caesars Bowl.
Who was it against?
Western Kentucky.
Was it?
Okay.
So a lot of good memories, and I look back on it well. It was also a long time ago, And if I'm playing football, then I'm not here with Angel. And I'm,
you still could have.
He needs to
Yeah,
do more
you could
than
do both.
football does.
yeah, and that's that. We all get those. You get those choices of where you want to go, and you can either be bitter about what you missed out on, or just grateful for what you have.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm grateful for what I have. So
Yes. That's a good answer. I like that because you seem like a humble guy and you stayed that way. And it's even if, everybody has that dream, everybody has that goal. And even if some people don't reach it, you still are that same person. You're still understanding what other people are doing.
Yeah.
And you still want to reach out. And that's good for the community because Escape Ministries helps you do that. So, I mean, I respect you. I've always have. I've heard of you. Excuse me. I've never actually seen you play because
you probably
I'm a
won't, because
Michigan
it's probably
fan.
not gonna happen again. I'm you
I'll tell you, we pulled up to.
Yeah.
We were-
Oh, yeah.
It was
I can do that.
15 years ago, man. It's a whole nother lifetime.
Hey, one thing that hasn't left this dude though.
Yes.
This dude is competitive.
Oh. So we
He is competitive.
okay. Well, then now that you said that, we have a sports night that we're going to be having.
Yeah, we got that coming up.
Next Friday.
Yeah, we'll,
Yep.
yeah,
Next Friday. So next Friday we're going to be doing kind of basically a sports debate type show.
Yeah.
And so, if you're more than welcome to join us if you want, if you have time. We got a couple other. What? Oh, I know.
It's going to be really competitive. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's going to be real competitive.
he's just competitive as far as when it comes to actual.
Actual physical
Like,
competitive.
Oh, okay. Well, we can
Anything.
football out there. No, I'm just kidding.
who can peel their orange the fastest.
Oh,
But he's still involved though. I mean, he's still softball, co-ed softball, and you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying.
I gotta learn to dial it back once I got into like softball. So our team is called Not That Bad because we just gotta like we just gotta be okay with being mediocre, you know.
I've been to a couple games. Let me know a couple games.
I guess for me, it's like it's either foot's all the way on the gas, or I really gotta dial it back and just kind of laugh it off and go with mediocrity. So
where do you guys
His
play?
dad's still throwing no hitters.
yeah, man.
His dad's still in the mix.
He's like 65 and still.
And see his
diving for
mom.
catches
When I said on the South Shore, I see his mom. They're just an in-shape family. Let's just get that out the way.
Mom's a dog walker.
Man,
Don't be thinking
she
knows.
And I guarantee you've seen her coming out South
She's
Shore.
no CrossFitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a dog walker.
She will walk, bro.
So, what kind of dog is it?
I mean,
She got her
my
dog. She wants the neighbors.
Yeah, she wants a neighbor
Oh,
dog because
okay.
her dog is old and small and
Probably
is on
blind.
Prozac. So.
Oh, you took the words out of my mouth. I said, AJ, will you please get this dog away from your dog? He's biting my ankles.
Right.
I'm like, bro, get this dog.
But the backyard neighbor's got a golden retriever, so
Wait a minute.
she's all around the house.
Wait, say that again? The dog was biting on your ankle?
Yeah, just attacking my ankles, bro. Like the dog from the
Hey,
mountains.
listen, man, we were talking about tough homes, and like Bella was raised in a tough home. She probably got kicked when she was a little puppy. So like, really easy, all right?
Bella ain't get kicked with nothing.
We adopted we rescued her from the pound when she was 2 years old.
Oh,
You
okay.
see, you got to see her humanity too.
You had to be
All right,
handy.
you got to,
Yep.
yeah. Show some
You weren't
compassion,
there.
She was
Like on, what was that movie? The one where you don't go here or
she
something.
was a cartel dog.
How does that go?
We gotta be
That's crazy.
Bella nipped at your ankles too, right?
That's a
Bella
Oh, yeah.
was crazy,
Do you
man.
have any animals?
I got actually got a little baby puppy, a little chihuahua as well.
I thought you were gonna say I got a baby brother.
Excellent.
Angel is the baby brother.
Yeah,
he's
I have
the
a baby
baby.
child.
Hey, baby,
Baby
man.
what?
A little baby chihuahua.
Okay.
Got her for, I think we had her for right now for a few months right now. She's still like a little puppy.
Cool.
Her name's Coco.
Coco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Just today, waking up, I see her just laying on the thing. She got a diaper on. I'm like, oh, she's finally getting there now. So she got a diaper on now. She's just goofy, a little waddle and everything. Yeah, so I got a little monster running through the house with a little diaper. So that's that little thing.
That's funny.
Oh, that's
Okay, so I'm going to ask you one last question.
Well, actually, there's two questions.
Well, this
Go
is a
ahead.
quick one, though. And I'm going to start asking everybody this. Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Come on, bro. You just had to blow the show, bro.
Nope.
You're lucky I'm not making you do the bed.
You know, hold on, because I'm gonna explain why I said that.
No.
Yes, I will. You wouldn't be saying nothing if I said Isaiah Thomas.
How many basketball games have you watched? Okay, so you're just going on what
He
you
said not enough.
Yeah, not,
Especially Michael Jordan. You want
Yeah.
Have you played with Michael Jordan or LeBron James on any of your video games?
no.
Okay, so we got limited experience. Just
Yeah.
shoot what you got.
So you feel like who Jordan?
And I'm not gonna be biased.
Who name is
Whoever
more
you want.
famous to you? You think, man? If you can hang out with one right now, they both walk through that door and say, "Man, come hang out with me, man." No, come hang out with me, Angel. No, come hang out with me, Angel. Michael.
Oh.
Okay, the reason why I said that is because when I worked at the gas station, I did a little poll. Because the guy that I worked with asked me, okay, well, who do you like, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? I was like, dude, I'm all Jordan. So I asked 10 customers that walked in the door, no matter what age they were. Oops, my phone just said LeBron James. Seriously. Anyway, and out of the 10 people, 6 of them said Michael Jordan. 2 of them were probably teenagers. What? Did you say drunk?
No.
But 2 of them were teenagers, and I was like,
Oh,
okay. But, you know, that's just something I wanted to put out there. What were you going to say?
So my question to you two. After the show, what could Black River Studios do for you two? Besides put you on the podcast, what could the people out there from the podcast do for you? What would you expect the people out here to do for you, or what would you like us to help you with?
That's good. That's good.
That's a good answer. Or question.
You know, I I like immediate fruit, you know, immediate things to do. So I think the first thing is, I mean, anyone who can show out to the Hero Me event, that's the coolest thing. I love, you know, I like the Black River Ben Herrera Show crowd out there. I know some folks in the audience. It's like I think folks in the podcast community here, they get those stories. Like they understand. I mean, this is kind of like an undercover podcast, right? It's like it's kind of like, you know.
Well, you have 3 different kinds of lifestyles here, but we can intertwine. We keep each other in track because it's like,
Yep.
I understand, they understand me, but at the same time as I need their help and they help me, and when they need help, I'm there.
Yep.
So if we can do the same for you, what is it that you want from us?
Yeah, and so I think my blanket invitation is, I mean, come on, join the community. I mean, like, and I'm grateful to get to kind of join your community tonight, and I think that's a big C community. You know, that's an overarching community. It's not just the escape community. You know, because that attitude towards community and understanding belonging shows up at, you know, Juneteenth, and it shows up at La Hoop, and it shows up at the Highland Fireworks, and it shows up at Boys and Girls Club, and you know, we got a lot of partners who are in some of the same work.
Yep.
And so, you know, join the community. If it's related to escape, you know, come out to the Hero Meet tomorrow night, 6:30. Hear somebody's story. You know, if you're like, you know, that's something I just want to be involved in. You know, drop by and, you know, swing by, see if you can volunteer, help out with something. You know, we got people who just need to, like Malik's one of our van riders. He just rides the vans with kids. That's a nice way to get to listen to kids' story, because you just out there chopping it up with them in the back, or, you know, people who sit at the front desk, people that just helping make this type of community grow. It grows with people, right? I have to help Ruben in the boxing gym. I want to get my kid over there. And if you're just not sure, just come on by and say, you know, talk to AJ or somebody, or Ruben or somebody. Because I like this, I want more of this, and we kind of occupy kind of a cool space that is just in between, like a school and church and gym and
It's all different lifestyles.
a youth center. It's all there. So come on, join the community. That's, I think, my best invitation. I'm about people, and I'm about connecting with people. You know, if you don't got a lot of time and you just want to you know, donate to the organization, I mean, jump on the website. It's escape-out.org/give. You know, it's a great way to support. I know I'm not in the fundraising business over there, but I also know how hard it is to scrape by. We don't have public dollars. The school systems can't pay us any money, all that stuff. So every year it's just like, hey, we're just trying to scrape together because we believe in these kids enough that, you know, we're going to keep paying the staff to be here. We're going to keep getting the programs together, and then always just kind of hustling to make it happen. So, you know, I'd love to see our community just continue to grow.
Show up and show out.
Yeah, show out for the event, show out for, you know, donations, show out for volunteers. Everyone's got their thing.
Right.
And sometimes it's just having your ear to the ground. Sometimes just, you know, follow Escape on Facebook and check out, and like scroll do your Instagram scrolling, and then I'll see something good through there, and like, you know, like the picture of George and like the picture of Peyton, because like their stories are coming through those media too. So join the community. That's my invitation. There's a lot of ways to do that. It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I forgot the question already.
What would you like from Black River Studios, and what would you like from the community out there watching? What could we do for you?
Stay curious. Listen to other people's story that you probably don't know, depending if they're big or small or anything. Just hear people's stories, and I guess something good to say or something interesting that everyone to listen to. You know? Just reading everyone, if they're all books, just. I don't know.
Just trying to get people that platform, and at least allow a platform for y'all to tell y'all stories on, right? Because that's what we need to know, man. We need to know. We need to
understand more.
We need to understand y'all more than us trying to just say, yeah, what's that? That's what they used. This is what they don't do, and you know what I'm saying. Like I'm tired of hearing that. You know what I'm saying, because it's not the same era as when I grew up, when AJ grew up, and y'all in the whole nother. Whole nother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Technology, social media. You know what I'm saying? Just even the way.
Yeah, we didn't have any of that growing up.
No.
Yeah.
I think we gotta see the humanity of the kids who, you know, it's hard when like kids got their headphones in, they're at work, and it's like, oh, some of those kids are tuning out the whole world, right? But like, Angel's got headphones in. There's a whole story behind this kid.
Yeah.
You know, so
Take the time to know someone.
take time to know them and like
Yeah,
just see like, you know what? I know there's something behind there, so I'm just gonna be interested. I'm gonna, like Andrew said, just be curious. Be curious about people.
Take the time.
I know there's a real good story behind there.
Yeah. Everyone got stories, and most people don't take the time to read the book.
Yeah.
Take the time.
Wow.
Drop
That's
the
a
mic,
good
Angel.
All right,
Drop the
all
mic.
right.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's expected.
Yeah.
Please don't do
But
that.
so you understand, our doors are going to be always open for you.
Mm-hmm.
Always for you too.
Yeah.
You just want to come and talk, Dad. You want to talk about future. You want we can be here. You know, just come and knock on our door. We'll be here.
The future.
But
Your
we
future,
might be
not
on
the
that side
future.
next
Yeah.
week.
Right.
Yeah. I was
Or we will be on that side.
But so you know, as for Black River Studios, we'll be here for whoever needs it.
Mm-hmm.
But we will start directing people to escape.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that's what most of these kids need nowadays, especially urban kids as well as
More guidance is what they need.
more
for
guidance
sure.
in their life.
Yes.
But once September gets here, Sundays at 1 o'clock, I might be available. Because the Lions will be playing. So,
All right.
Oh Lord.
so make sure you don't call me. No, always, man.
Wait, yeah, because they do play.
We
Is
got
it at Dallas
we got
again?
5 primetime games this year. So yeah, I'll let you know what days you can reach out to me, Angel. All right, love you anyway, though, bro. But yeah, man, I will be at the Hero Meet tomorrow, though.
Go.
I will be in the building. Me and my son Mikari. I think me and him came last year. Yeah. So
They're gonna try and get the winner up here on the podcast after they come here with their crown. You know,
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
absolutely.
have on their victory tour.
Yes.
So
Talk about those next
I get
steps.
out of work at 6, but I'm supposed to be leaving for Kentucky tomorrow. But
You know what I forgot to say, Ben?
go
You know, this is also streamed live on Facebook. So for
Mhm.
those who can't make it, if you're stuck at home with the kids, you can just queue it up
Oh.
live on Facebook.
Okay.
And you know, if you're traveling and you're in the car or something, it'll be on Escape's Facebook
yeah, because
tomorrow
I
morning.
have the
You can watch it
magnet
through
thing.
it, and you can scroll to like 20 minutes or something when the kids actually start talking,
Right.
hear their stories, and see who wins at the end. So,
That's a good idea.
So that's on skate.
glad you brought that up. It's the Escape's Facebook. If you just look for Escape Ministries,
Okay.
Mhm.
it should show up there.
Okay.
Cool. Because what I was gonna say, because that's a good idea. What I was gonna say was, I'm trying to remember where that church is. Is that before? Is that after 22nd? That one on the
Yeah,
corner?
so it's at Maranatha Church, which is it's the address is 918 Central Ave. It's like, you know where Maplewood School is, like 37th
Oh,
and
I know where it is.
and Central. Right
It has
there.
that like
It's that
tall
ski
roof.
slope.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
ski slope.
Okay. I know where that is.
Yeah, it's a cool little sanctuary. It's a great spot for an event like that.
Yeah.
Let's say nobody, they're too busy to look at Facebook while they're driving. Is there a phone number they could call?
So what? Listen to it.
Yeah, just to call it, inquire.
Oh, to check out on Escape. Yeah. So Escape's number is 616-396-4481. If you want to get to AJ, I'm extension 206. Leave me a voicemail. I'll reply to you in 6 days.
I didn't know if he was actually giving the address or he was making a commercial. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Extension
It
206.
just got real. It just got real.
All right. So
Yeah, man.
yes, definitely everybody tune in. If you can make it to this, go ahead, show up. It is a free event.
Everybody share this program.
Come check it out, y'all.
Yeah,
share
do
this
that.
I'll be there. Y'all come sit with me. You know, I'm a thug out and kick it, man, and make it fun. And but it's a wonderful, beautiful.
But don't
thing,
sit
man.
on him.
I'll drop the link to the event in the comments and whatnot.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Put it in there.
So, yeah.
Definitely, like I said, 918 Central Avenue. It is at 6:30 tomorrow. Go ahead and go give support these young kids because, or young adults, actually, I should say.
Sure.
You know, because they need all the support. They're learning just like we were. You know, they're wanting to excel and do what, you know.
And
We should-
some love from a complete stranger can send them through the roof. You know, what
Love
I'm
in the
saying?
community be
In
great.
the community, man, it's a
Nice
collective
facts.
effort. So
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
yeah, man, love that. Like I said, I'll definitely be in the building, man. Y'all willing? And me and my son, 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row.
Okay.
You know, and
Get pictures.
you gotta be there, right?
What?
You gotta be there.
What, for the hear me?
Yeah.
I'm playing on it.
No, are you gonna wear a tux? No.
I just found out today, but yeah.
Yeah, you go. It's gonna run, Angel.
But yeah, go ahead and just go ahead to show up, just have fun, support everybody that's there. That's win or lose. I mean, they're great people.
Oh yeah.
Escape Ministries is on 32nd Street.
202.
20. Where did you see that address?
It's in our heads.
Yeah. Go to
I
East
never-
32nd Street, but for the event, it's on Maranatha.
We're at the church, Holland, Michigan.
All right.
Yeah, fall in.
All right. So one more time with our
You go ahead. Snap.
I don't know why I can't
You got it. Get it out.
Pure West Compassion Club, 9430 Adams Street. The phone number is 616-772-9420.
Quick.
I always.
This is gonna be-
Then you got Zumudio Ramos Cleaning Service. Get a hold of Angela on Facebook, or you can call her at 616-321-030.
Maybe leave my shoes clean.
And bring us some nachos.
All right.
I ate them all.
Pork free now.
So, is there any last words you guys want to say before we exit out of here?
Angel?
They both look at each other.
I don't know. Much love. Thank you for watching the podcast and stuff, and thank you for giving us some time.
Let's hear for Angel's debut on the mic tonight. Come on.
And congratulations.
Thank
What the
you.
heck is that? I can't even hear it.
The backstory is Angel was kind of in this program we had called the Hero Lab, and we were kind of working on these projects to show like, and have them be able to show like what it means to be a true hero and all that. And so Angel just wanted, I kind of mentioned, you could do a podcast about what it means to be a hero. And all that. I just kind of lit up. He's like, all right, cool. He showed up like the first 2 weeks and kind of, are we doing the podcast this time? I'm like, dude, you got to do like the first 4 or 5 weeks so that we can like have some content first, and then you can start planning for the podcast, and then you can do the podcast.
Yeah.
Angel stopped showing up. He was like, that sounds like too much work. This is super senior, man. Like he was checked out, right?
You got the easy part of the podcast.
Yeah.
We're not just sitting there talking.
Right.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I know. So when I had the opening night, I'm like, I'm gonna get Angel there, give him his little spot on the podcast, get his first episode out here. So Angel's out in the world now. But no, thank you guys for having us on.
Good, sir.
We're excited to get kids' stories in the center and get to cheer them on, and then in that I think we learn a lot about ourselves and about our families and our community. So
For
let's
sure.
get it, guys.
All right, well, we appreciate you being on. This episode, like I said, will be aired pretty much everywhere. Every, what do you call it? Social or platform.
Every platform.
Like what? Like what, Ben? Tell them.
I already told them.
Everybody.
Amazon Music. You got Pandora. You have Spotify. You have iHeartRadio.
YouTube.
iTunes. YouTube. England. I mean, we're all over the place. So.
Actually, we'll show you a map in a minute.
So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I think you saw the road.
Yep. So
But yeah,
yeah, definitely.
tune in. Love you guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
See y'all at the Hero and Me tomorrow.
Right
Yes.
out.
You better be there. Better be there.
Fill the seats.
If you need a ride, I'll let your boy. Let me know.
All right.
God bless everybody. Be safe out there.
Yep, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you. Well, I won't because I won't be here. I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace.